Welcome to the Late Night with Chalky podcast.
Friends and family, brothers and sisters, welcome to the Late Night with Chalky podcast.
Our guest this week, surfer, entrepreneur, business specialist with intellectual property development and licensing. He's held multiple prominent positions throughout his career, national sales director, CEO, and he's even co-founded not just one but two brands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couple innovative products. Yeah.
Let's go with the first one, Flatworks. It's an easily assembled trade show booth solution that requires no tools for setup.
Yep.
Dang. No tools, you're
Needed
saving.
that for a long time.
You're saving people money there. And the second, which is coming up this summer, the first show, CARV, California Action Retailer and Venture. There it is, showing the shirt.
Yep.
Booyah!
It's a new West Coast-based expo for surf and action sports retailers. He's also a board member at Southern California chapter of the EDPA.
EDPA, Experiential Design Professionals.
There it is. Look at the guy. This guy wears many hats. We're pumped to hear about your journey and everything that you got on your plate. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Josh RIFFKIng. RIFFKIng.
Right on. Good to be here.
My air guitar is really bad, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Well,
I try to do Wayne's World style. You know.
First off, let's thank Chris Fowler
Absolutely.
for
Yes.
introducing us.
Yep. Yeah.
It's funny, he's a transplant to Encinitas too, right?
Yes. Sherman Oaks, right?
I think so, or Calabasas.
Calabasas. Yeah.
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 Over the hill from Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems. I mean, there's very few that are proper Malibu. They're all from the valley side.
Most of them,
Most
yeah.
of them, because that's
Right.
kind of suburbia for
Yeah.
that kind of area.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not
Which is
Skibberdays.
No, we are in our own right.
Yeah. Right.
Although Fowler kind of acts like a celebrity.
He does. Yeah. He's a cartoon character for
Oh
sure.
my
I love
gosh.
him. Yeah, I met him first time in Solana Beach when he had his shop. It was just like all like, high top sneakers and stuff over by the Brigantine, over by the Del Mar racetrack before we moved over to Cardiff. And we just became friends ever since. We knew each other before Tayden was even born. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm glad he introduced me to you,
Good
and
dude.
it's been amazing, like all the connections you guys have made, and
Yeah.
just it's been taking a village to like kind of connect all the dots to like figure out what's gonna make sense for this
Yeah.
trade show that we're coming up with in June.
Well, it's long overdue, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of part of the industry's DNA, which has kind of been lost for a little while, with everything that's happened. And
Lots of people talk about the ASR
Right.
and just coming to
Yeah.
San Diego and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
agenda, they all have their
it's a
time.
little bit more desirable, trip to California than it is to Florida. No disrespect, Florida.
No, not at all. I mean, the other thing is all the brands are here, so
Yeah.
that was one of the things. I was like, why are we going?
But why San Diego, not Orange County? I'm just kidding.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Hey, let's make
Going
it
back to
mobile.
Yeah, roots, yeah. No, San Diego's, it's a killer.
Most
town.
Did you
everyone
say
was like-
Long Beach?
No,
I just did.
no. I said, Orange County.
Yeah, a little safer,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every city's kind of weird now.
So before we get into CARV, let's talk about where it all began for surfing.
Yeah. For me, I grew up in Marin County in Mill Valley, and so I guess it was body surfing and boogie boarding in Stinson Beach. I'd take the bus over the hill, like 8 miles, but it took like 45 minutes to get there. And
All the stops.
I had a couple friends. We would sit in Marin City back day. And Marin City was like, there was like a flea market there, and it was just kind of sketchy. And my mom would drop me off. She was like, "Good luck." And then I take the bus out to Stinson, and we just bodyboard. And then my buddy went to Brazil, and I think when I was 14, he came back. He's like, "We're surfing." He's like, "You're getting aboard. We're not bodyboarding anymore." And I roll out to Livewater. Sorry, Tidewater's in Encinitas. Livewater Surf Shop in Stinson, and I bought my first 6'2" Nectar. And
Nectar.
That was my board.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at 14.
At 14, I started late. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because we were so far away from the beach, and it was freezing cold. No
So
one was
cold
surfing
up
then.
there, and you're far.
Yeah.
You gotta have a buddy. We talk about how hard it is to find, like-minded kids.
Totally.
Yeah. It's interesting to, talking to people and learning about their communities, because Marin County is it's affluent, right? It's like
it is. It's even more so now, but But back then it was like
a lot more
plumbers and
affordable.
entrepreneur. Like it was kind of a wide spectrum, and it was old money, and now there's a lot of new money from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So it's definitely changed in that aspect, but like it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like the outskirts of San Francisco, which you get more bang for your buck. You have more land, more space, yard.
Yeah. Marin County, Proof Lab is that Marin? Mill Valley?
Is Mill Valley, right
Yeah.
at Tam Junction on the way out to surf. Basically, the only place to surf would be Stinson Beach, or if you keep going to Bolinas. So that was where everyone would stop. But it used to be Marin Surf Sports way back in the day. And it's
in that same area,
in
right?
the exact same spot. And Nate worked there, and he would work. Nate McCarthy, he was a very good friend. We grew up surfing together. He went to a neighboring high school, and we'd bomb out, whether it be Fort Cronkite or Fort Point or Ocean Beach. We were just searching for waves and mostly driving.
Yeah. When somebody turns 16, it just opens up like a whole new world of like surf opportunity.
Yeah. Who is your friend that went to Brazil?
His name's Tom Anesi. He lives in Vegas now.
Wow.
Doesn't surf anymore at all. He wishes he did, but he came back with a board, and he's just like, we got to do this, and we just that was it. That was it. And then we just started finding friends that skated, and we just recruited them. Like there were a few guys surfing that were older than us, but we had this range of kids that were either like 2 years older than me or 2 years younger than me, and everyone in my grade was like just sports, football, whatever it was. And so most of my friends were older or younger.
Yeah.
And so Nate's like a couple of years younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter in surfing.
No.
No. Like we always talk about how the organized sports were pretty grouped together within like that grade or a couple grades, but
usually the teams are the same age.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like a year or two different.
Most of us were skating before we did that. And one of my best friends, Pat Duffy, I moved down to San Diego with him in '92.
The Pat Duffy?
The Pat Duffy.
The gnarly Pat Duffy?
Yeah, the rails and everything, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that kind of the skateboarding you were into?
I was just pushing around. I like to surf. So I never tried to do what they were doing, slapping curbs, so just minor.
So Duffy's from Marin too?
He's from Marin, yeah.
Okay.
So we went to high school together, and then as soon as we graduated, I mean, I can tell you why I went down to San Diego, but we all moved San Diego into Mission Beach.
Yeah.
And that was right when he was,
yeah,
and that was right when he got sponsored by Plan B.
Yeah, no, we don't want to make this a Pat Duffy
Totally. But
thing, but how gnarly of a skateboarder did that guy become?
And was it always too?
Did he really?
Yeah, like everyone. I mean, my friends that were pretty good at the time were like ditching him. They're he couldn't keep up, and within a year he was like boom, and then another year he was sponsored. It was crazy. And this is them telling me more. It was quick.
Did he move down to pursue skateboarding, or was he like going to go to college? What was your guys' motivation?
We went to Mesa College in the hopes of getting an education.
Yeah, stepping stone and maybe get into the.
Both of you went to Mesa College?
Yeah, for a little bit, And
before we get to Mesa though, you're 14. You bought your first surfboard, the Nectar. What was that? What kind of thruster?
It was a 6'2" thruster, and I just use that in whether it be 2 foot or triple overhead. I call the report Wise Surf Report.
Always triple overhead up there.
It was always triple overhead. My mom would drop me off, and she'd be like, she didn't even look to see what was going on out there, but that was the same board. We had one board.
Yeah,
and we just try and get out.
Because, for those that have never seen or heard about surf in San Francisco, it's fucking gnarly.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's like Black's Beach all over the place.
Crazy.
Happy birthday, bud!
Yeah, bud.
Thanks. You.
Crazy tide swings and a lot of water coming out of the
current's ripping down the beach. I mean,
you
travel a mile in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and you're always walking
so
back.
far out.
We're here in Huntington, and when Huntington gets big, it's kind of gnarly.
Yeah,
but that's how it is all the time.
Pretty
almost.
Much. Yeah,
in Ocean Beach.
You got the fall where it's beautiful and glassy and nice peaks everywhere. But I mean, we didn't know what we were getting into. Some of the days we were paddling out, you couldn't see the beach, you couldn't see outside. You heard foghorns, you heard seals. You're like,
And the paddle out is so gnarly because it's like a half a mile.
It
It can be, yeah.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, holy shit. And it's like one of those, it's so consistent too.
It is.
It's like a relentless, it's like blacks.
Yeah.
Relentless like duck diving.
Yeah,
You're gonna take 10 to 15 on the head
Yeah.
before you ever make it out the back.
Freezing cold, your head's hurting, and it's bad.
And you're
No wonder you started late.
well, that and you're always on a bigger board, and you probably look forward to those days to get on a short board.
Yeah.
I didn't have a bigger board.
Yeah.
It was a 6'2", and we just get out there, and somehow we make it, and then we're stuck. We're like, how do we get in?
Now, were you and your crew like super into surfing and the magazines and the videos and?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I worked at a video store, so I was just
like a Blockbuster style.
it was
Like
like
a
a family run. Yeah, I worked at a place called the Video Droid.
We're dating ourselves right here, guys.
Oh my god, yeah. VHS tapes, Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah.
But
Be Kind of Rewind. I was about to say that.
yeah, I think one of the first movies I grabbed, because they didn't have anything like new or current, but was Son of the Last Surf movie.
Oh
And I
wow.
was like, this is amazing.
Was that a Bystrom movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Hoodoo Gurus opening.
That was so
Herlack
sick.
was in it. It was like,
Hoodoo Gurus.
wow. And but then obviously Surf Sports had, they had a bunch of videos and stuff, and we started looking at. But that was early when I first started. I think it was like 87 or somewhere around there.
Now, you bought your board from Marin.
I bought it from Livewater in
Livewater.
Stinson Beach.
Okay.
But the hangout was Marin.
Was Marin Surf
Surf and
Sports.
Sport.
And then we'd order arrows from Santa Cruz, and we'd just get these potato chips, which we shouldn't have
Yeah.
up there.
Is that like early 90s when everything started just going thin and narrow?
Yeah, I think it was 89, 90, and I had like, deep channels off the tail, baby swallow,
Epic.
like, decals all over it, matching green,
There
lime
was a-
green.
There was a phase, and I think it was probably around that time where channels were super in.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Like,
yeah.
I think every board on the rack, if not, like we were all ordering
Yeah.
like hooked wing or not, some sort of wing like swallow with channels.
Yeah. I remember.
But on Choppy Big Surf,
No.
like,
Yeah.
I don't even remember it working.
That wasn't functional.
right.
Yeah. But so Livewater, what was that place like?
It was just a tiny little shop out in
Yeah.
Stinson Beach. It barely had any boards. It was just enough to get.
Is it still
some
around?
rack. I think it is still there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
like a touristy.
It's a touristy shop,
Yeah,
for sure.
Seasonal, like
Yeah.
hey, you get the summer business kind of holding.
I mean, I
through.
didn't have any. I don't even think I had consistent board. It was just like it might have been a used board that I got. It looked new.
Yeah.
I didn't know the difference.
And Nectar is from San Diego.
Is it? I
Yeah.
think it is. Yeah.
Cardiff.
Yeah,
I should
Gary
say.
Made
McNabb.
its way up there. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary
Yeah.
McNabb is the shaper
Yeah.
that started Nectar. Nectar was kind of big in the early 80s. Like when Simon Anderson first came out
Yeah.
with the thruster,
Mm-hmm.
Nectar was like one of the first boards to like really adapt it.
Yeah.
And then Tom Carroll, I think, and Simon Anderson, from something, I kind of remember them like working with Nectar in the early 80s,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
It doesn't. I don't know the timeline, but
Yeah.
it was game changing.
Well, for up there, it was really like either Pearson Arrow or Word Coffee, who spun off, and then we started getting
From
some of
Pearson
those.
Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some Taylors. And then once I moved to San Diego, moved to PB, and I started getting Yingers from Bob.
Yeah.
And that was,
What did you play any other sports growing up? Like
I ran track and cross country, and I was pretty damn good. Like I
Fast.
made Northern California sectionals and stuff, and then as soon as I got my license, that was it.
yeah,
Surfing was in, and everything took a back seat.
typical.
Yeah.
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 I mean, yeah.
Did
Party
you ever
girls.
get in a competition or no?
Surfing?
Yeah.
We did some stuff out in Lindemar and Pacifica, but it was just trying to jump in with the buddies and just see if we could do it. And then I came down when I was in San Diego, did a couple YMCA's and tried out for the UCSD surf team.
Yeah.
But contests are tough, man.
Yeah.
I even still do them with the NCS Board Riders, but I don't know what I'm doing out there.
Yeah, those are tricky events and a lot of pressure. One wave.
I just do it to inspire my daughter to like try and go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be in a heat with some of these guys, I mean, I was never sponsored. I mean, I can surf well, but I never was at that level.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to get out there and try it out.
Yeah. Skateboarding was pretty big in San Francisco
Big.
too.
We used to go to Embarcadero, And
Oh,
my
you
dad
did?
had a small little boat, so I would gun people over the bay, and it would get pretty rough.
Wow.
Yeah. And
How long was that trek?
I mean, in that little boat, when it was choppy, it could take 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
That's not bad.
It's not bad,
Yeah.
but
That's
it's rough.
brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough.
Rough.
Yeah, because you've got the shipping channel, and you've got these big boats coming in,
Huge
and when
waves.
the winds start picking up, you want to get back before it starts getting windy, because
Yeah.
I mean, you're just bang, bang. So
You'd skate in Barcadero though.
yeah, I would skate around. I mean, I wasn't like Pat or anyone else.
Yeah.
But it was just fun to get to the city, go to Chinatown, buy some fireworks, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember doing a trade show when I first started working for DDS, and it wasn't at Embarcadero, but it was kind of by the yard, the what do you call it, dockyards or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fucking gnarly. But skateboarding is huge, with Embarcadero.
Yeah.
Thrasher magazine is
Yeah.
from there, so yeah.
Is it a gather show? Or
It wasn't a gather show. It was
something
like
similar?
something similar.
Like a rep shoe show?
Yeah, but it was like a skate show, not
Yeah.
just a shoe show.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bitchin'. It was like my first taste of like skateboarding in San Francisco,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit! Like,
There's a lot of spots, for
Yeah.
sure.
So have you gone to San Diego? Like, what made you decide to go to San Diego?
I took a trip when I was 16 down to San Diego with
Parents?
two other buddies. We drove down, surfed the whole way down, took the one, got to Malibu. I was like, wow, this is warm, thin lip. It's not going to crush me. I like
Yeah.
this. And so we made our way down, and we ended up camping at PB right by the pier. And we had nowhere to stay. And 2 days in, we're like, what about going to Cabo? And so we just bombed down to
Shut
Cabo.
the front door.
from PB.
Yeah. We had a pickup truck, two other friends, and we just went down to Rosarito. We parked it there. We camped on a deck, just on the beach. And we got a map, and we just started cruising. We went down to San Quintin. Then
Wow.
we cut over to Mule. But we were gone for 5 weeks. But before, I only had like $400. And by the time I got to Cabo, we were out of money. And so I called my mom and like Western Union money down because there's no way to get money down there.
Yeah.
And I had to get on a payphone and call collect. Like there's no cell phone.
Nothing.
So we were like, this is amazing.
Now,
Because
now,
we
did
just
you tell your mom that you were going to Cabo?
no way. No, we were going to San Diego.
Yeah.
And then we just kept going. And my daughter can't hear this because she knows that I did that, but she thinks I did it when I was 20.
Yeah. Different times. That's such a gnarly,
It was a long
Drive.
trip. Yeah.
because there's no ocean for like
Long time.
7/8 of the trip. Like you start hugging the Gulf side,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the Gulf.
Yeah, the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Mule is like our first stop, and it was beautiful, tranquil. No waves or anything like that. But it was our first first time seeing water in a long time. 'Cause we were just zigzagging around trying to find anything because we didn't have GPS, we didn't have anything.
And how many were 3 of you?
Yeah, it was just me and my two friends in a
And just one.
Ford Ranger pickup with a king cab. So one of us had to sit in the king cab and just alternate. And so we did that year, and we stayed there for 5 weeks. We camped. We were in all these spots on the Cape. It was amazing. Like,
Now, when you called your mom and said, I need money sent to Western Union,
yeah.
In Cabo.
She was pretty lax for most things. She was freaked out. I mean,
You
there's
made it down there?
There's not much she could do.
Yeah.
At that point,
Wait,
I'm like,
where are you?
Yeah, I really do need money. But yeah, when you look at the map, you're like, it's another 1,100 miles. From San Francisco, I think it's 900.
There's a big difference. It's another
Huge.
country.
Yeah, totally.
It's far.
It's very far. So we
Now-
did that year, and then we went back, and then we got another group of people, and we did it again when we were 17. Said
To
we'd
Cabo.
we said we'd all stick together, and we did a similar track. And
2 cars, 1 car? Or?
2 cars that time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
safer.
pretty.
A little bit safer, yeah.
That's pretty ballsy and awesome.
I loved it.
Like-
I'm so glad I did it because I wouldn't do it now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I wouldn't want my kids to do it now.
A lot of people still do it.
Yeah,
Like a lot.
yeah.
Like you go down
It's
there.
good to hear.
Haven't been down in that area in a while, the Cape side, and you'll go down there and
There's a lot of things I regret not doing, and that's one of them.
there's
Yeah.
quite a few people parked in their campers or Sprinter vans or RV, and they're down there for the summer or at least a month or something.
Yeah, there was. I mean, when you go out that trek to shipwrecks and Nine Palms, there was a place called Rancho Destiladero, which I asked some people. They said there were like full condos there now.
Yeah.
But we just rolled into this guy's property. There were bowls, and it was just a ranch, and we parked. Well, the funny part was the second trip we actually split up, and the two cars split, and we were supposed to stay together, and we had no phones to find them. We actually pulled into that spot, and they were there. We hadn't seen them for 3-4 days.
How funny.
And they're at that's we'd never been to that spot. They'd never been to that spot.
How
And
crazy.
yeah,
Have you been lately?
I have not been. I've been to shipwrecks maybe 8 years ago or something. Not since it's been paved.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing all these or these houses in the last 10 years. But back then there was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Washboard, pretty sketchy drive.
I've gone there quite a bit, like early 90s.
Yeah.
And
So it was the same
yeah.
when we went. Yeah.
And it's just so bitchin', and it's only a 2-hour flight, you know,
Yeah.
from California or LAX, I
Anyway,
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And the waves aren't world class,
No.
but they're so fun. It's
Yeah.
still really awesome.
It is.
And but yeah, it's crazy how developed it is, and I think that Michael Schwab guy, you heard of him?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to put a wave pool down there
Huh.
by Nine Palms,
Yeah.
which is
That is
crazy.
bizarre. That's
so bizarre.
So crazy,
Like
right?
infrastructure, like
Yeah.
you need a ton of infrastructure to make something like that happen. And I mean, like nobody, you need houses, you need
I'm
stores.
pretty
you need-
sure.
that's nuts. I mean, you just
Yeah.
Well, he priced it out because he's been, I think, trying to put in bids in a few different places, and he's
Is
probably,
it going to be a
Yeah.
saltwater one?
I don't
I
know.
feel like it has to be.
It
Yeah,
would have to be, right?
Yeah.
it'd be better, I think.
No one's done that, right?
Yeah. No, saltwater is Dubai.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's,
oh, I didn't know
that's
that.
saltwater.
Yeah, because I saw it was right on.
It's
the sea.
right
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to the ocean. Yeah.
So they just loaded in,
So
Crazy.
right?
Better for, yeah. I know.
back in Marin,
Yeah.
what wetsuits were you wearing?
Victory.
Victory.
Yeah, because
Nice.
that's what Nate was sponsored by.
Wow.
So it was
okay.
Victory and Gorilla Grip. Those were our two things. We're like, oh, we gotta have that.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grip was huge.
Yeah, it was.
Well, remember all those Chris Bystrom movies, Beyond Blazing Boards, Son of the Last Surf movie.
Yep.
I think that was him.
Mm-hmm.
And Gorilla Grip was like, I mean, every
Yeah.
gnarly Australian pro surfer was sponsored by Gorilla Grip.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even like Mr. X and Barton Lynch and all those guys.
I have some photos. I had it on full deck
Yeah.
Gorilla Grip.
on one time. I had the Kern black rail, you know, the little white
Oh, yeah.
inch pinstripe
Yeah.
type deal, and then full deck Gorilla Grip.
My daughter has full deck.
And I'm like,
on her
Right.
deck. Yeah.
and I only did it once.
Yeah, I think I had it once when Track Top was around, and I never really, yeah. It's hard to trunk it.
I didn't like doing it, but we didn't trunk it so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So it's like, and even now, it's like you kind of want to protect yourself from the sun. So I feel like
Always wearing
it's
something.
probably doable now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Always wearing something.
So
Yeah.
Victory, like 4.3, 5.3 with a hood. Did you guys?
4-3 with a neoprene vest underneath, and then booties, but no hood.
No hood.
Couldn't do it. No
Yeah.
one did it. Yeah.
They were, yeah. I think
I
they
don't know.
were just
I
so
mean,
good.
Yeah.
Were you black and white, or did you have color?
Black. I had one friend that was all color, and two. They were from Florida. White and pink.
They got harassed.
Oh my god. He got his ass kicked. Yeah.
How
At
was-
Kelly's, at the Cove in San Francisco. He was hit
That
with
wave is so good.
Yeah.
How was the localism? Did you experience any?
Wasn't any in Marin, but Kelly's Cove in OB was run like hard.
Yeah.
CBS, I think it was City Boy Shred, and they were all bodywears. And
What
they were
was
all, City Boy Shred, I think it was.
CBS?
CBS, yeah. And they were all bodywears, and they were like legit gang bangers. And yeah, you didn't mess with it. You just let them go. Like it sucked because like that was the one spot we could not like
Yeah.
get a foothold into at all.
Yeah.
I think it's still pretty localized, but back then it was.
I surfed it at the end of last year. It's not that bad.
I imagine maybe not.
Yeah.
now.
No,
But back
everything was
then
way
it was-
different back
yeah.
then. But how?
That wave is fucking really good though.
Yeah, because there's the only place that was sheltered when it was windy.
But the boogie boarders, they were gnarly. Like they're all scrappy. I don't care where I surfed around the world, whatever. Like every beach, like everybody knew like those guys will fucking throw down because they have a chip on their shoulder, or they just had to do it their whole.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
And what's funny is they're the ones who discover the gnarliest slabs.
Yeah,
They're the ones who
only ones could possibly get into it and or hang on.
they're the ones that try it first and then
Yeah.
show the surfers, oh, it can be done.
Yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
crazy waves out there for sure.
yeah.
I've been we had this guy photographer Aaron Lloyd,
Uh-huh.
and I've had these pictures of bodyboarders Jack the Ripper and Mike Stewart, the cover of bodyboarding app, and I've been struggling to post it. I think I'll post it though.
Yeah, of course. Come on, dude, that's history. Right
I
there.
know, but I'm like, I don't know.
Mike Stewart, the greatest all time, just
Yeah.
being so pitted second reef, just
And Jack the Ripper, remember
Jack
him?
the Ripper.
Yeah, he would kneeboard. He's like the best kneeboard. Drop me.
Mm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Nels Velocito down in San Diego. He used to be a bodyboarder as
Top
well.
bodyboarder?
Yeah.
Huh.
And his wave knowledge is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, just with the kids and giving them tips on like you should be here, and wave knowledge is everything.
Yeah.
Just catch
Whatever
it,
can
doesn't
get
keep
you
telling them
out
about it.
there.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Agreed.
boogie boarding, knee boarding, longboarding, whatever.
Yeah.
I got to tell you a story. Yesterday, it was kind of fun, and
Kind of fun means it was
it was
terrible.
fun.
Out
And-
here.
For most people, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
him,
So, anyways, there's a spot. It's a secret spot. I can't tell you where it is, but it's kneeboarding. There's a lot of kneeboarders,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see kneeboarders that much anymore.
No.
But this particular spot, it's called Nilo Point.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I'm watching this kneeboarder, and it was kind of hard to get waves. And this dude was catching. It was like one of those like you'd have to get right under it before the tide was weird and whatever. And I fucking look, and I had to take a double take. And I don't know who this guy is, but shout out to this guy. He had fucking one arm,
Dang.
one arm kneeboarder,
oh,
and I was
at
like,
the elbow or
all the way.
like above the elbow.
Dang.
All right.
And I was like, holy shit. And
Sending
he's
it.
getting the good ones too. And I'm like, damn, that's inspirational. You know?
Oh,
So,
Yeah, like you said, just getting out there.
yeah.
I've never kneeboarded. I know anyone that has kneeboard, but do you have fins?
He had fins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had fins, and fuck, he was out there like not dominating, but
Yeah.
he can get any wave he wanted.
I've
So-
only surfed out here a couple times, and it gets the further south you go, right, heavier it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the time of year. You
Right.
know, like the swell directions.
Yeah.
Like south, definitely towards Newport, and then in the winter towards Seal. Goes
Yeah.
kind of.
I got one friend who lives right around here. I can't remember. I was gonna call him afterwards and be like, "Where do you live?" Because I think he lives right near here.
Oh,
And
What's
last
his
time I went
name?
out there, his name's Bill Hinchliff.
Bill.
I was gonna see if you know him.
Bill owns an amazing company called IPME that makes custom containers. He does trade show booth builds, but he
Oh,
did
cool.
one for Kia Motors that was like the most insane thing. I'll show you afterwards.
Containers like
Modular containers,
Shipping
but then
containers?
they skin it and they make they had like a spinning table for the car to be on it and like lights everywhere, and the finish was insane. Yeah, he's got a facility in Compton, and they just deck out these triple deckers, and they've done stuff for Red Bull Tour and stuff. It's cool.
that's
Nice.
right.
So we've worked together. So we come up here once in a while. And we do the golf tournament. They do a charity golf tournament at, I guess, the Huntington Club, or maybe it's called something different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huntington Club. Yeah.
Pretty fun place.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's my one time a year I play golf.
Yeah.
I don't.
Thank God it's a scramble. Cause
Yeah.
I played golf when I was up in San Francisco last
Yeah.
at that
Presidio?
Golden Gate.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
It's cool.
I almost got 2 holes in one,
Mm.
and I never golf. One rimmed out and one plotted like right this
Yeah.
far from the hole.
Yeah.
So,
There was a golf tour because I was driving the Scripps yesterday. I don't know what it was because I know they just had
Scripps.
farmers, but there was another new. Is it Scripps?
or Torrey Pines, like
Right, Torrey.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had a tournament this weekend.
Big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big.
Almost got caught in that whole mess of traffic.
I just happened to watch, like we're at Ola and we're at the bar and they had it playing on the TV. So I never watch it, but it was on the TV at the bar, so I was forced to.
My buddy Marty posted something on Instagram saying that a $4 million putt. I don't know who it was, but apparently he had to make that putt to win $4 million. I don't know what it was, but
And did he make it?
he made it. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. $4 million for one freaking.
I imagine
stroke.
he won the tournament. I don't know who it was, but
Yeah.
But they were showing highlights and like how, and it was like, dude, those guys are so gnarly.
Yeah.
Like how good, like the professional golfers are.
Yeah.
I went to UCSD and I would play Torrey. I had a friend that worked there and we would just like do like Twilight, just hit like 4 or 5 holes
Before start
on the south course. But I played 3 days after what was the Buick, and with 2 other pros, and I lost like 7 balls in the front 9. and I lost them 10 feet away. We all were looking for them. I couldn't find them. The rough's like this.
Yeah, there was a couple guys like hitting the rough, and you're like, oh, and then he would just swing and then just get that thing right back in the middle of the fairway. I was like, what? These guys are just.
And the fairway or the greens are like ice. I mean, it has to go in.
Like a bowling alley, like just.
Yeah.
It was a Genesis Pro card. The Genesis, that was the sponsor.
Okay.
Genesis. I think it probably was the Buick or some other car in the past, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think
that
the
a
farmers.
I think it's a nicer version of
Hyundai.
one of those car companies, like the elevated
Electric.
Like,
No?
I don't know if it's electric, but it's like a Lexus to Toyota, for whatever other brand. I'm not sure. They look good. I mean, the cars look great. I don't know. Anyways,
So you're wearing Victories.
Yeah.
Um,
They would fall apart. And like
Thrash the hell
from
out
the
of
knee
you.
down. But
it's crazy how good we thought those suits were,
right.
and they're terrible.
Oh, the knee pads are the worst. I mean,
The
they
neck
just
rashes.
gone. Yeah, and the neck rash.
Oh my god.
Well, that's what it was nice having a rash guard.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be just.
Yeah.
but that was all suits. But
Right.
Victory was like a huge brand because it was out of Huntington, and it was super popular.
Yeah.
Ton of sponsored pros and
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
You could-
surprised it was up there. But
it was one of the very few you could do custom like order suits, get your own color. I would get black with like lime green.
I gotta say, I think
thread.
I'd had red and black
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah. I was worried about that. I was gonna get attacked by a shark.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, did you ever encounter anything like that?
I mean, there were days where it was really choppy, and I felt like maybe I saw a fin, but it's probably likely.
reflection of some chop, but
Yeah.
probably a fin.
Yeah. One place I think I had the scariest moment was just north of Montara. There's a spot, it's not really a surf spot, but it was a big ledge. And I remember sitting off maybe 8 feet off that ledge, and I've never had a fear ever. I just knew something was racing from below to just take me out, and I only need 2 strokes, but I've never been that scared in my life.
I feel like if that is on your conscience, it's probably true.
And I wasn't
gut
psyching
feeling.
myself out at all. It was all of a sudden overwhelmed, and I was like, I gotta move.
Ugh,
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah.
the worst.
You don't want the ED up, dude. I'm out of there.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one in person?
Yeah.
Where?
Gnarliest was Australia, Stradbroke Island, in this other spot, Boomerang Beach, in both Australia.
Yeah.
South Africa, I think other people saw it. I didn't see anything. Same with like Reunion Island and stuff. But like 2 where I physically like turquoise water, and you just see the thing going across as you're like a set's coming in. Whew. And clear as day, that was no other fish but a fucking giant shark.
Yeah.
And you see it turn like a freaking 90 degree, 180. And
Where are you going?
first, in.
Yeah.
And everybody's yelling at it, everybody, you know, like it. And the thing rode the wave into the whitewater, and I mean, 3 feet of water. It was chasing like a fish. I didn't see the fish. I just saw it in the wave, and then it was in the whitewater line. So now it's like definitely not visible.
Yeah.
But you see the thrashing, and like we were just fucking flew in.
So you asked me about up there, but I've had 4 interactions in Del Mar.
No way.
Yeah. Del Mar's not cool at
Yeah.
all. I used to surf there all the time. The beach break from 15th all the way to like 27th. And I don't like going there anymore.
Yeah.
And you've seen them? Like,
Yeah, I had so there was this big fish. I was looked back at my friend on the beach when I was about 150 yards out. Higher tide, it was kind of lully, and there were no sets. And this fish was probably about 20 inches, just, and then right after it, fin like that big. And from fin to tail, I guess it was 14, 15 foot white. And it displaced so much water.
So
And it went right past, like maybe 5 feet from me, chasing it. And I had to paddle across that line and just keep telling myself, there's a dolphin, just keep myself calm.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah,
Well,
that was freaky.
There
Because I was by myself and there was no one out.
Yeah.
So.
And that's where, I mean, in that area, in that vicinity, there's been the most
Yeah.
like
Lately.
fatalities, right?
Yeah, Solana Beach, Fletcher Cove.
All these like Ironman swimmers out in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, what are you guys doing? Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and then it was Lucadia with opening lobster season.
Oh, that's right.
One guy got bit, but he survived.
There's a kid at like
He was like
D Street
16.
or something like that.
I think that's who you were talking about. I think it was at Lucadia, was at Beacon.
Okay.
And there were a ton of people out. And
Yeah.
I had friends that were down when he got hit.
Oh.
And then they put him on the kayak. Someone was out there in a kayak, and they started like trying to get him in, and it was following him.
Yeah.
So
I was 15. I went to Florida for U.S. Championships at Sebastian Inlet, and we were surfing kind of by our hotel. I don't know what beach, but they had this little pier, like nothing on it, like just a 100-yard pier, whatever, and a bunch of fishermen on it. There's only spot breaking, kind of sandbar. And you hear all this yelling from the fish, on the fishing. So they could see everything, and they either start reeling up all their lines because there's a school of fish, and it's like 1 foot, like in turquoise water. They all like lift up their, fishing lines, rods, and then like school of fish, and there's, a bunch of, I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 foot sharks chasing this like black 20 by 20 school of fish, like a black hole, and all the surfers get out, and they keep chasing it up the beach, and then everybody goes back out, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, everybody's cool, fishermen's back out, everybody paddles back out, and I'm
Happens
like,
every
back
day.
to it.
yeah. They're like, oh, that's normal, and I'm like, that's
Florida freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm like,
I've
this
been
is
out there a few
weird.
times. I don't know, not by myself.
I've only had one time that I'm like, yeah, that was a fucking shark.
Yeah.
So overcast day, it was good size, hardly anybody out, and I'm sitting out the back, and there's a set coming, and this wave's forming, and there's a like seagull on the edge of it, right on the shoulder, and I'm gonna take off on this wave because I'm turning around,
Yeah.
and I fucking see this black mass swimming, and it chased the fucking seagull out. Like, it
He was
went
going for the seagull.
boom. And I'm like, oh my God. It was like at least 10 foot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I belly boarded that wave in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the
This
only
is out
time
here?
I ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Ninth Street.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with all the cameras and all
More
the
and more, I
people-
worry about just when I'm not in the water and my daughter's out there. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, but
Did you see the video that went viral with the whale that swallowed the kayaker?
That
Yes.
that was an old one, but it just
Was it?
resurfaced again.
Okay.
Yeah.
that was wild though.
So crazy.
Jesus. Like, where am I?
That is so gnarly.
So you worked at the video store.
Yeah.
Were you good in school? Were you...
I had great grades until I got my license. I think I would surf like either Fort Point or somewhere in the morning, and then I get to school late, and then I'd go to like 3rd and 4th, and then at lunch that'd be it. But at least for a quarter, just crushed my GPA.
Yeah.
So that's why when I went to San Diego, I'm like, I'm gonna go to City College first, get my transfer, and they have a great transfer program to UCSD or San Diego State. So
Yeah.
I took that and graduated from UCSD with an economics major, which was absolutely brutal. They just didn't have a business administration department. So, got that. And then I went and worked for mp3.com. in the 90s.
The
know if you remember
video
that.
recording.
Yeah, it was
Like
all
software?
downloadable. Like you could listen to your music online through like a storage locker.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Like
it was-
Napster?
yeah, kind of, but it wasn't file sharing. It was actually you had to have a username and password to access your own
Library.
music. So you would take your CDs and you'd burn them and load them up. Where Napster was just like everyone was doing it and everyone
Pirating.
could share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was like legit, but they went IPO and they had like $260 million in the bank, like the biggest IPO ever. Especially San Diego, they never had anything like that.
What
Stuff
was the company
hap-
called?
MP3.com. And so then every record label came looking to sue them, and then just like it was going really well for a while, but then they saw Target, they saw someone that had money, and they're like, let's go after these guys. And then eventually it was Vivendi Universal
Yeah.
bought them for like pennies on the dollar, and then just that was it.
I remember going to Bali and they'd have these like pirated like video and CD stores and just copies.
Oh yeah,
Right.
there, yeah.
And they're all like
Yeah.
burned like MP3 files,
Sure.
you know? So you would get like
That was awesome.
you get a Xerox copy of like the cover of the CD.
Yeah.
And then some worked, some
Yeah.
didn't. But
Right.
you know, paying $1 or $2 for
Yeah.
an album, you know,
Yeah.
like that.
I remember you'd come back with those, and I'm like, let me have those. Let me have those.
Yeah, movies, and
Yeah,
they would
movies, yeah.
they would literally go to like a theater
Yeah.
movie that just
Right.
came out like a
Handheld.
week ago. They come in and they put their little VHS recorder.
Worst
and-
quality
and then-
ever.
Yeah, you hear people,
Handheld fucking videos of
you
movies.
hear people giggle, and sometimes you'd see a shadow get up and walk across.
That's right. You're live. You're there.
Yeah.
So good, but yeah.
It was a cool company though. Like, I mean, we had Billy Idol play at our Christmas party. We had
Wow.
like, all these celebrities coming, all these
They're
musicians,
cranking.
and
What did you do for 'em?
I was a affiliate marketing manager. Like, kind of drove all the clicks and the traffic to the site.
So this is the beginning of like e-com stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that, and it was just cool because there were happy hours and we had bands playing. It was wall to wall. It was that
Young.
Silicon Valley IPO,
Yeah.
like crazy.
Tech world.
Yeah, it was really, really nuts. It was just fun. And then we had all these
Was it
different
lucrative?
genres. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone was getting paid. It was just eventually they got sued and the company went down, unfortunately, because it was doing the right thing. It wasn't doing what Napster was doing. But I met a lot of great people there. In fact, some of the people that I'm working with now with CARV used to be there. Like all those guys, like Mike Mady, who's over at Reef, he was at mp3.com. So it's like, it's such a small world.
Yeah.
Some people crossed over there. It's been a wild ride, kind of reaching out to everyone about this show that we're bringing, talking to people from different worlds that have crossed over to other worlds. You know, some people can't, like with Liberated right now, like there's so many people out
Yeah.
with no jobs, so they're going to end up going to another sector.
Yeah. Different
Um,
industry.
Different industries.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go back and then they come back again. And
Yeah.
it's just a small, good group of world in the Southern California, you know.
So that, what were you majoring in? You said economics?
Economics. I mean, essentially business, but they didn't have it. It was a theoretical school.
Yeah.
Brutal, just super competitive. And I was just happy to get out of there with a degree.
UCSD?
UCSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more like for pre-med or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what the school's meant for. It's
Meant
more of a
for.
research facility than it is. So
Every-
teachers are there to research,
Yeah.
not to teach. They're not very good at teaching.
Yeah, they get paid. They get loans, and they're pretty much it's doing research. Like,
Yeah.
you know, paid for by companies and government.
And they're so smart, and they're kind of teaching at graduate level, and you're like trying to just, I mean, my average grades were like 55 to 60%, and that was a B plus, A minus.
grading on a scale.
Yeah, on a
Grade
scale.
yeah.
So it was just like, it was discouraging, you know, to go there and be like, oh, I'm failing, but I'm
What-
not failing as bad as the other guy.
What did you want? What was your career?
My stepdad
aspiration?
ran a hedge fund, so I was going to go run that.
Oh, shit.
And then I went and got a job at Prudential and Morgan Stanley, and I was like doing the get up early and pound like the phones and doing the white pages and just trying to
Get people to invest.
get people to invest. But it was
Okay.
more just like the groundwork. It was like a fraternity, right? The first year you go in there, it's like you're going to do this shitty work. And I had gone and learned so much about the economy. I was like, this is falling dead. I mean, like I don't want to do
not-
this. I don't
yeah,
want to get up
motivating.
early. So I bailed on that. And that's when I kind of worked at mp3.com, and I kind of did some e-com stuff. And then eventually I went and worked at a publishing company friend of mine's parents had started, and I ran their sales. And so we had sales reps all over the country and Canada, and we were in like every market because we were selling like Barnes and Noble and Borders back in the day when it was still around, and Urban Outfitters, but it was mostly like calendars and books and art related stuff. So we were doing all this work with museums like the Met and the Getty, and we would create these retrospective on artists for these really nice coffee table books. So it was super fun. I learned tons about art, and I was an artist early on. I actually did a couple decks for Duffy for Plan B. Way
sick.
back. Yeah.
You designed some decks for
I
him?
did, yeah. When we were living together, I was like, I did a couple collages, and then like we got. I still have one. I have a couple. Still have the art, but I don't have some of the decks. I just lost them.
Yeah.
But
You got to get the
I
re-release.
wanted to be an artist. I was gonna go to CCAC or Pasadena Art Center, which is just crazy, right? I ended up going econ because I just like I'm just gonna make money.
That's it.
Because that was my choice, and then I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I
Were
kind
you
of
tripping on the money and success that Pat was having?
I don't think we really put it together. Like, I mean, it was weird. There was one day where I'm sitting in the house and I go out and I'm watching the sunset and somebody rolls by and they're like, dude, Pat Duffy lives up there. Oh, yeah, I know. Like, it was just like, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
But
Because
I just know
skateboarders at that time were fucking
yeah.
making mad loot.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's making way more than I mean, he would go on a trip and we'd come back and there'd be a box of like
Checks.
drawers or blind or what, like just, what were the other brands? Planet Earth. And he'd come home and we'd be like playing video games and we'd have these pants that were like, you know, gigantic purple pants.
which are popular now.
Yeah, they're back. Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. But he'd be like, oh, I guess I got a package, you know, so. But
Yeah,
it was,
it would be weird because those guys, you know, they're making maybe $1 to $5 a deck.
Yeah.
And then if they had a shoe, like they'd
Yeah.
get $1 to $5 a shoe.
Yeah.
Like it was nuts how much money
Yeah.
skateboarders, because he was like a high profile
Totally.
skateboarder.
It was fun. I mean, we'd be there, and back then, Mike Chernesky was running it, and like Sal Barbier would drive by, Colin McKay, Damon Way, like it was just
Yeah, that was all the Plan B guys, right?
all the Plan B guys, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't skating, and then he'd come home and he'd be like, "Oh man, I got this lump on my head," and then I'd go to the premiere and I'd be like, "How's your head not exploded?" You know?
Yeah, you watch all the white
You
belts.
see all the white belts,
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus.
You guys are so gnarly.
Yeah,
It's
he was-
crazy. You know, you moved down to San Diego to surf and, you know, go to school or whatever. He moves down there to be a pro skater. It's like San Diego is like the mecca for skate too. You
Yeah.
know? Like, you know, there's all hot spots, but like how...
I mean, this would be a question for him. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think he did move down because of Plan B and everything else, and that was, and we just
Close.
happened to live together, and I got to just watch it from the outside, and we were just going ASR, like just as spectators, you know, and just wanted to get to the parties.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in the industry, but
But you got to go to ASR and
oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I'd get whatever it was. Like I remember I had like Bucky Lassek's pass or someone. You know, he'd grab a pass. Someone was leaving. Here you go. I need to get it back. So yeah, I got to experience
And
all that.
they were fun back then.
It's so fun.
ASRs were fun.
I actually brought something. I went through. I found a box because back in the day I was also working with a couple guys like promoting some clubs like on the side, and one of it was an ASR party for Rusty, and I have the flyer. So it's like a little flyer, yeah. And then I have a Reef bikini judge like clip from back in the day. I brought that in when I went to meet with Reef.
Creep.
Check this out. Yeah, totally creep. I'll wear that.
I'll judge. Yeah, you need another judge?
And is Mike Mady still?
He's there.
He's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, him but they came on board pretty early on. I sat down with him and Mike Lawsoness and Chuck Elliott. And
Yeah.
it was great. They
Great
saw
guys.
the vision, and yeah, it was cool because you may have saw the post when I surfed Palm Springs
Yeah.
Surf Club in the summer. It all worked out perfect because we just had the meeting. We talked about it. They're like, yeah, we're in. And then I had already booked Palm Springs Surf Club, and my session ended when the whole team came in. And so I got to meet up with like Kedmo and
Yeah.
Shane Cottrell and all these guys that are coming to the show. And I didn't surf with them, but I had to hang out afterwards. And it was just a great way to like kind of meet everyone in one spot.
That's funny. So did you know that they were doing their session that day?
I knew a few days prior, but my buddy had booked a private session for 3 hours the day before and 3 hours that morning. And as we're getting out, they're like, come in.
It just worked out.
It worked out perfectly.
How funny.
So I could like sit down with some people I hadn't talked to in person.
Yeah.
And everyone was just pretty psyched about the idea.
So Nate
Yeah.
McCarthy,
Yep.
you grew up with him.
Yes.
And because he and Will
Yeah.
opened up. Did they both work at Marin Surf Shop? Or?
Will was later. I mean, Nate grew up there. I don't remember where Will grew up,
Yeah.
but
They both fucking rip.
yeah.
And they both rip at skateboarding too, right?
Nate's good at skateboarding. He rips. I mean, I haven't stayed with Nate in forever,
Yeah.
but he was always the best surfer in the water. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never surfed with Nate, but I've surfed with Will a couple times.
Yeah.
And he's fucking really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't surfed with Will, but I mean, growing up with Nate, it was just like, okay, small day, big day.
Yeah.
He was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool because, we're all about authenticity and, genuine and
Yeah.
and it's rad to see guys like Nate and Will be successful,
Yeah.
in their business that is not just their business, it's their passion,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cool to see that.
I just love what they've done with the whole place.
Oh my
Just,
gosh.
Like, the restaurant and the coffee shop. It just created this amazing vibe. And they had the space to kind of do it, but the idea to go, let's make this work.
Yeah.
Make it a compound. Make
Yeah.
it a destination. Not
Yeah.
just, I got to go pick up something. Like,
Yeah.
make a reason to come.
Totally.
Even before the Hookfish,
Yep.
like when it was just the skateboard ramp in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and they would let the alcohol AA meetings, Alcoholic Anonymous,
Yeah.
their meetings would be on the ramp,
Yeah.
and then they would let like a music teacher use the back room too.
Mm-hmm.
So they've like always been part of the community,
Yeah, I was just
You
going
know?
to say, the community is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the restaurant is just like
Yeah.
restaurant bar.
Pulled
You're
it
just
all
like,
together.
are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Killing
Yeah.
Like at first it was Equator, the coffee, whatever, coffee bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait, you're going to have that in front of the store and you're going to have people like be there before the shop opens.
Hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then years later, you take over the nursery.
Yeah.
And then you turn that into one of the best restaurant bars
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So the problem now is parking.
Yeah, parking's is the issue for sure. I mean, you're right at that junction of everyone
Busy
wanting to go
street,
out to
yeah.
the beach or go to Muir Woods or whatever.
Yeah.
He was really the roadmap for my thought on CARV.
Mm.
In that, like, look, we got Filson, we've got Carhartt, we got Bare Bones Living, we've got all the surfboards and the skateboards and all these things that just kind of the new version of what retail should be.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to him on the way here, and he's still going like, "What about this brand? What about that brand?" He's like, so he's been amazing.
That's cool.
to reach out, and again, I really just try to reach out to all my friends that are in the industry, like Dylan Slater. Like I know he was on your podcast
A while ago.
a while ago.
Yeah.
But just saying, like, what do you need? Like, what's going to make it successful? Like,
Yeah.
how do we get everyone back together on the West Coast? And it was all about date and affordability, and just I keep saying the same thing, but it's like everyone working together and being open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and date, that aligns with production and deadlines,
Right.
Because it felt like where ASR just kind of lost steam as it went away from writing business to just a party,
Yeah.
and marketing gets cut first, and people are like, I don't know, can I
Right.
afford that?
One thing that it seems to me was a part of the demise was everyone should just chill on the whose dick is bigger.
Right. Yep.
Like it should never get to that. My booth is bigger than your booth.
Right. And
You
that's people keep bringing that up when we have the conversation. How big are these booths going to be?
Yeah.
Um,
Which, you're a bigger brand, you need bigger space, but let's keep it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't make it like,
no one's
I think
bigger than
times
a
are-
20 by 20.
I think you'll still get some of that, or people want to do that, but I think times have changed. I think people are a little bit more, looking at the bottom line checkbook than before.
Because that's what, after ASR was Agenda.
Yeah.
And remember how good Agenda was in the beginning? Like it was pretty,
walkable.
and there wasn't like that
Right.
whole thing, like.
But a lot of the surf fell off.
Yeah.
Like,
It did.
it was all skate
It
and
was again timing
Footwear.
of like the urban and streetwear was going off,
Yeah.
and like kind of the cycles of different industries and trends, and they kind of had to cater to the businesses that were starting up and blowing up,
Which is gonna happen all the time.
yeah, but it got too big again.
Yeah. And it went to Vegas.
yeah.
But the dates, it's like
There's worse places.
Yeah.
Vegas you can get there. It's somewhat affordable. There's some good positives.
But
with
even
Vegas, but
Fuck Vegas.
all right.
but even Expo, I feel like I don't have to go to it because I don't service that side of the country. But it would,
Yeah.
I just know based on my deadlines are the same as the East Coast deadlines and anybody else's reps, and you're looking at the shows, and it's like
Not time.
too late, too early.
Yeah.
Between the seasons, and it's like, man, you got if you really want these things to be impactful,
Yeah.
Timing.
gotta time it.
Yeah.
And to time it perfectly is
It's
impossible.
for sure.
We got skateboarding day during our show, and I've had some requests like, can you move it? I'm like, oh, that's impossible. But to plan out even a year is hard to secure a day at the convention center.
Yeah.
So
And then you've got Memorial, and you've got 4th of July, and you've got
big, holidays.
there's Pro-Am, there's Outdoor
Father-
Retailer,
Father's
there's
Day, Mother's Day, Memorial.
yeah,
Day.
oh
You
yeah,
start-
Father's Day.
Yeah, you start adding all those things.
Yeah, so I think this date, it kind of threads the needle, and then we got to make sure that we can find a similar date the following year, because it might be, But as long as I think we're in that 1 week window of where we're at, that was adamant from Dylan for sure. He's like, it has to be June. We can't be later, it can't be earlier. And it's because we had like May 18th on docket for year 2, and there was no way. Because we won't have samples, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So again, just listening. If everyone says, "Hey, it moved 2 more weeks," like we'll find a date.
Yeah, June's good.
Yeah,
So-
keep it there.
Going back.
Right now, you never know.
I posted that recently, and Dale Caton was just like, "Do not move the date." So
Chinese New Year could go to 2 months like Europe and just screw everybody.
yeah,
So first job out of college, MP3,
yeah.
and then what?
Well, I went and worked with this publishing company early. I was there for 15 years.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it was a long
Pomegranate?
time.
Was it?
Pomegranate, yeah. Great company, family run. Learned a lot. Got to
And
go to
where-
all these different markets
And how did you get that job?
family. Good friend of mine since 2nd grade. They had just wanted to make a change, find someone that had not been in the industry, so had fresh eyes on just growing sales. I had a bunch of stuff I did with my dad. My dad was big sales, he sold everything from multi-level to you name it. And so I used to sit down and he'd write scripts, and I would bang the phones. Wow, CEO's just rolled in, and then he would close them. So I had a big 3-4 year stint with my dad of just cold calling. So I loved sales, and I just loved networking and meeting people, and so it's just sales seemed like the best route for me. And I never managed a team, so I was pretty young when I came in at Pomegranate. I had to manage 100 people, and some of them were 55. They were my parents' age.
Damn.
So that's not intimidating to come in and be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. So, but I think I've always had that approach of you tell me what you need, and I think that's the best way to go about it. You can't just come in and start barking orders.
Yeah, good listener. Somebody that, these guys all had fixed girls too, but had long-term experiences, and you can learn from them just like they're going to learn from you.
And they're independent, just like you guys are independent. It's you're independent for a reason. You don't want someone to tell you what to do. You're
Right.
I know what I'm doing. I've got my account base, but if you can help lead them to say, hey, there's other markets, and figure out ways that everyone can make more money.
What
There's
a
only so much
trip.
time in the day, though. Really,
Is that business still viable?
Yeah, I think they're still doing fine.
Yeah.
There's so many markets you can sell into, whether it be office supply or gifts or apparel. There's always some sort of
Pivot.
accessory, point of sale, smaller price point, gift cards to, we were selling bookmarks, gift cards, books, calendars, you name it. Anything was paper.
Yeah.
But what was cool is it was artists that were from collections in museums. So it wasn't just
Yeah.
You know,
And they had, so obviously their own website and, distribution, retail, like you said, museums. Did they do Amazon as well?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
had to, right?
Yeah, you had to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's huge. Yeah, I mean, I managed that for a while early on, and
What a trippy industry.
which one?
The pomegranate.
Oh
publishing.
yeah, it was weird. I mean, people ask me, "What do you sell?" I sell gift cards and note cards, and he's like, "What?" But when you put in context with like the artists and the licenses, we had Frank Lloyd Wright, we had Sierra Club, so it brought me to Outdoor Retailer. So I'd be in a booth with Sierra Club selling some of these things, these beautiful images of bears and things like that, and we'd sell them into national parks. So there's so many avenues. There's national parks, there's aquariums, there's zoos. I mean, the traffic through those retail locations are insane.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things that even at CARV, like we'll probably be reaching out to resorts and museums and aquariums. There's got to be some brands that would do well with that, whether it be Pure Vita or something like that. So even with like the PX and Marine bases and West Marine, I mean, there's so many categories to open up to.
Yeah.
A lot more crossover now than ever.
So much.
That outdoor, the East Coast, it's the outdoor crossover has been there and it's really diverse and does well. West Coast it's not many of those types of stores, but I feel like it's growing and there's more opportunity.
Walking into surf shops now, if you would have said that there's going to be drinkware, or coolers, or high-end beach chairs, or even like
what do you think
headphones
about golf in like some golf category in surf shops? I mean, that makes sense.
It already is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, there is crossover brands that are, Travis Matthews has been in our space forever.
Yeah.
And
I think it's if you're a shop owner, I would want to invest into that category because it's a lot of crossover. Those consumers are already walking to your store to grab surf, wetsuits, boards, hard goods, shoes, and they don't want to go buy this from some online or corporate store.
It makes sense because some of the best surfers in the world, golf.
Well, we all golf at some point. If it's flat, you play golf or whatever. I mean, I don't anymore because I got kids, but
it's
don't either. Probably.
Yeah, it's a premium, category, and doesn't feel like it's diluted in regards to like retail distribution. Where do you go buy golf? Hard,
I agree. I mean, they used to be golf.
Don Edwards is the dominant.
Roger Dunn.
Or sorry, Don Edwards. A painting. Roger Dunn is kind of the powerhouse. Right around here. But other than that, I wouldn't even know unless you're going to a corporate store.
I don't know if you could sell clubs and shit, but lifestyle.
Totally.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That would be insane.
Apparel,
not hard goods.
It definitely works. It's a trip. Like I said, like when you walk into a surf shop, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have the same categories or same brands. It's a trip. It's
well, and that's the other thing with Flatworks, my trade show business, because we've been in business for 7 years and we produce a tool-free system where you can set it up on your own.
Yeah, let's talk about that concept. And
before we get there, how long you were at? 7 years, you said it?
15 at Pomegranate.
Wow.
Yeah, so I learned a ton about trade
It's a good
shows.
chunk of your career.
It's a long time. Yeah. It was great. I mean, got to travel all over. I was in New York every year, for about a month. And just different shows. And like I said, I mean, we had Sierra Club. We had all these different licenses. So I do Wild Birds Unlimited show. I would do national parks. I would do outsourced buying Event Network, which is doing all the museums and stuff. So it was cool. I got to see there's such a wide category. But I was doing shows, and actually a friend of mine who owns a toy company, we were at Toy Fair, and he had a really rough version of what we now have as Flatworks displays. Is he was using duct tape and dowels, and he had a couple things that slot together, but he would put it all in a box, and he would keep the box in the booth. So when the show was over, he was out of there. So 2 years go by, he's like, "How are you leaving so quick?" Because he had a 20 by 20, which is a pretty big size, good size booth. He was out there in 2 hours on the way to the airport. And so
Which everybody wants.
everyone wants, yeah, especially if you're the one there, right?
Yeah.
Like the owner, maybe not, but you are saving money because you're not, anyway, because it's compact. So I reached out to him and I said, you know, can I use some of the parts that you have? And we struck up a deal with a minor royalty. And I took that design and I went to a maker place in San Diego and I took a class on running a CNC router. And then I started cutting parts, and then I hired the instructor to cut our first part booth for San Diego Hat Company. And so we sold them a booth. And then
So wait, this is right after or during
One of the
Pomegranate?
shows.
okay, so sorry. I kept working there, but I stayed in touch with him, and then I left Pomegranate.
Okay.
There was a 2-year stint where I was designing pet toys and licensing them. That's a whole nother story. But I do have a ball launcher out there that I get paid a royalty on. But in that period of like developing products,
So you became an inventor.
I became an inventor for 2 years. And
Wow.
I partnered up with a couple engineers, one in Orange County, and I was running around shows trying to license products. I had all this cool thing. I could share them with you, but I realized trying to license a product to a company is you're presenting a problem, right? They're like, this is something that, sure, I can make some money. I have to pay you a royalty on it. It was just a hard road. It was like
So it's something you invented that you would license to.
Yeah, and I would patent it. Some I didn't have a patent, some I had in process, but I patented a bunch of products, and one of them being Flatworks, which we have 2 utility patents on. We can go into. Well, I have to enforce that probably soon because somebody tried to knock us off in China. But I realized it was really hard to license products to companies, and I was like, I'm just going to take this one product that I believe in, which is Flatworks, and just make it. And so I just decided not to license it, and we just started making it and selling it. And now we're at a point where we have, you know, probably 150 clients, and we're building booths anywhere from 10 by 10 to 30 by 80s, which are just massive with meeting rooms, with the help of some other partners where we use other systems in ours. So I'm on my way to Toy Fair in about a week, and I've got 35 booths, a total of 21,000 square feet, which is just like blowing my mind. And I have to, in that convention hall, probably deal with union because there's certain cities you just can't
avoid it.
They're like, you know, I've been there.
It's mafia.
Yeah, they pulled me aside before. I'm like, I'm going to get thrown in the river if I don't start playing ball.
Yeah.
But it's a fraction of the cost. So since the weight is less, the freight is less, the drayage is less, and then since you only need a guy for like 2 hours instead of 15 hours at $300 an hour, in the long run, our system saves people money. So anyway, that's
And storage.
and storage.
So, you know, most of these sit in containers at your facility or some other facility or the company's warehouse.
I'm talking to like 4 brands that are coming to CARV, and they're telling me they have a 10 by 20 that weighs 4,000 pounds. And I'm like, ours weighs 800 pounds. And the crates sometimes are bigger than the booth itself. Like if you were to take those crates and put them in that 10 by 20, it wouldn't fit, right? So it's just way too much dimensional weight and all of that. So that's why we refined it down to like this tiny little box that's less than a pallet, and we cover it with an aluminum frame and fabric. So we just conceal the crate. So then we keep the lid off, and you can access it for storage, and it becomes your podium. And so that's where you're happy because you can pack up early, but then also you've got the savings of the drayage and the freight and the labor and all those things. Usually it pays for itself in two shows.
And you got all this concept because you had a buddy at a show.
Yeah,
That had to get it out of there. And his was duct tape, some dowels of flat wood with some dowels.
Yeah, and they would slot together, but he'd stack like a column. But yeah,
But that kind of triggered. You're like,
yeah.
there's something there.
And then we sold one to San Diego Hat, and they're like, well, what if you had slat wall to this? And can we do a garment rail? And can we do that? And so we just kept iterating over and over. And now we're like Gen 20 or whatever. But we have so many out in the wild that I'm not changing it. I'll do some customization here and there, but for the most part, it's like solid.
Are you just doing it for booths, or are you doing it for retail now?
We do it for booths, and we also have been doing showrooms because brands come and go and they want to flex, and then you can hide our lighting inside the columns, so you're not running wires all over the wall. Retail is asked, but the cost of our booth is too much for retail. It's not like a POP display. So the value is in that you can move these small packages and set them up and navigate the pitfalls of being in a convention center.
Yeah.
So the price makes sense in a convention center, but not in retail.
So how many of these booths are going to be at CARV that you have your hands on?
Right
Yeah,
now,
full circle over here.
right now we got let's see, Socksmith has one, Nextbelt has one, and Knox Provisions actually just did a show at the Las Vegas gift show and they shipped it back, so I have it. I'm gonna deliver it.
Well, the good thing is with your background coming, obviously you're focusing on action sports with CARV, but
Yeah.
Being on that pomegranate like publishing company, you've went to so many different trade shows.
Yeah.
Like you said, the toy, like just the outreach of Rolodex at how many different shows are at. We really care about one.
Right. Right.
Surf, skate, snow, whatever.
Yep.
You have how many different
Well, now it's
shows
even
have you
more
been to?
because pomegranate was just, it was a good amount, but now I go to SHOT Show, sports licensing, I do the pet show, I do the toy show, I do the Natural Products Expo West in Anaheim.
do Comic-Con and
Comic-Con.
like the gun shows and
Yep.
there's so
The
many.
gun that was just happened. It's called SHOT Show, and it's
SHOT Show.
enormous. We had 9 clients, and then mostly like we have body armor, hanging on. They actually pushed the limits of putting a hangrail onto our slot wall. They had 4 vests with full body armor, and I'm like, that's like 80 pounds right there. We unload a couple of those.
Yeah.
But we've had everything from live frogs in aquariums on our shelves to guns.
Yeah.
But what's cool about my reach into these different trade shows is I can cherry pick brands that I think would fit at CARV that might not otherwise be there.
Yeah.
And one of them being like Knox Provisions. I mean, I know they're at Hanson's and a couple other shops, but they could definitely reach more. And I was like, you got to come. I just love. Have you seen their stuff?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Atacama has them.
Yeah, compact, just beautiful. And then when I was at Atacama, I saw
Mackie does it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which.
The sales rep Mackie
Oh, okay.
does Knox.
Yeah, they're great.
But even there's a lot more rep shows and regional shows, you know, and even I don't know what the smallest, footprint you have for
For a booth?
Yeah, but it would make sense maybe even at some of the regional shows for a rep group or rep
As long as it
or companies
has
that,
access to because you still have to roll it in with a pallet jack because the crate itself weighs 140 pounds to protect the contest because forklifts are they're mad now.
yeah.
We did do a couple versions in Coroplast and Falcon board, but it doesn't support slat wall because it would just rip out. We just didn't want to go that route. We actually went down that route during COVID, trying to figure out ways to do outdoor and farmers markets and stuff.
Yeah.
And to talk about COVID, I mean, out of all industries to be in,
Yeah.
I mean, restaurants were bad, but we were shut down for 16 months,
Yeah.
straight. So my kids and I were just doing pallet jack rides in our warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
But we got through that, and there's a lot of companies that went under in the event space. So definitely smaller pool to go to, and so we're doing really well now
Nice.
because of it. So
You got to partner up with Duran and figure out the mobile showroom.
yeah, it's funny that I actually came up with a system during COVID to convert passenger vans into
Showrooms.
RVs, and I was thinking it'd be really great to convert them also into showrooms, and then we could pop out our system out of that and have kind of some freestanding displays, pop them back in.
That'd be huge.
But man, everyone wanted a conversion during COVID. It was insane.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, crazy.
And it hasn't slowed down. It's still
The hardest part is I actually designed this thing and I brought it to Ford, our local Ford dealer, and I showed them the system. I said we could convert vans real quick, cheap, because I created this C clamp with a threaded insert. You could just basically put a hole in a box and fasten it to the chassis of the seat mounts in your car. And they're like, we love it. And I'm like, great. How many you want? And he's like, well, we don't have any vans, and we want to have vans for a year.
yeah.
Nothing was coming in, and so it was really just converting used vans.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love what he's doing. And the stuff's great, and
Yeah.
everything, and it does play in. I mean, I have a Ford Transit, and it's converted since COVID, and I love it. I mean, we back it up at Cardiff Reef
It's the best.
with all of our friends, and
Yeah.
I mean, some people get pissed because it's just a giant wall,
Yeah.
but I mean, we open it up, and the kids are in and out, and I work down
Space
there,
camp,
I
man,
play down
wherever
there.
you go.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You have one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
the best. So yeah, they should definitely. I mean, I'd love for them to be there.
Yeah.
It's just finding the space. I mean, we've got 70,000 square feet, which seems like a lot, but we're trying to keep it small enough that we can get like 120 brands in there. So when you start rolling in vehicles, it needs more space than just a 10 by 20.
Right.
And what's funny enough is the show currently has the convention center is completely full because of a nursing convention, and we're able to get one of the halls. Back in the day during ASR, that would have been helpful, with IVs and everything else. But yeah, it'll be interesting this juxtaposition between our show and that show.
Yeah.
But we did block off the Hilton Bay for hotel and also the Hard Rock, and then we're securing the back parking lot for 200 spots, and we're looking at a couple bands to play just for after the show on either Friday and Saturday or just Saturday. So, are there any bands you would want to see?
I don't know.
Either throwback or current, and not an insane budget.
Yeah. Well, that's everything, right? I don't know. We'll have to think because I think a lot are on tour for summer. That's
Right.
where you might run into some. If it's a bigger name, brand, but that's going to be budget.
We have one on Dogget. We've been talking to, so
Yeah.
and I believe maybe one of your parts back in the day was
Nice.
one of the bands. Yeah.
Well,
I'll let you think about that.
a lot of good, good music back in the
I think it would be cool to go throwback to that.
Yeah.
Some surf punk, unless there's some other options. But
People would be stoked for sure.
yeah,
So Flatworks, you kind of went over it.
yeah.
So you started that 7 years ago?
7 years ago, and we're cranking.
It's awesome.
It's so busy.
And
It's
are you
amazing.
employing?
I have 2 employees, and then we contract out most of the other stuff. Like we have printers that we lean on for the printing that are local, and then we have 2 contract CNC routers in San Diego. So everything is cut and finished in San Diego, and then we also have a metal fabricator that makes our metal in Miramar. So, I mean, my wife's an attorney, so she's always like, "Don't say it's made in America," because we get French poplar, but we're sourcing it from a distributor here in the U.S., and everything is made here in the U.S.
Yeah.
But the materials have to be wholly sourced from the U.S.
Just say Hecho.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're doing as best you can with, as far as, keeping jobs
Yeah.
and materials.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
printers. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm proud to be able to do it that way and not be sourcing stuff from China, because I could take these parts and send it over and have them make it cheaper and stock it up. But we like the ability to have like our white stock, and then we can do black, and we can do wood grain and all different kinds of finishes, which we've done for a bunch of people. Like,
So CARV,
yeah,
when did you conceptualize this idea?
it's about a year ago.
Quick.
Quick,
Dang.
yeah, really quick.
Really? That recent?
Fast, very fast. Yeah. So I knew we couldn't go with a big giant trade show company because
It's all right. All right, we're ending it now. Just kidding.
So I had worked with Redline Expo by supplying booths to some of their other shows, and then one of their employees used to work for Urban Expositions, which is what Redline used to be. Urban Expositions had 31 shows. Back in 2018, they sold all of them. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Right before COVID, and they sold them to Clarion, and so then they started building up these other shows, and they're coming back into the business about 4 or 5 years ago, or not 4 or 5 years after their non-compete, I guess. I believe that's probably why they started getting back in. Pitched the idea, and they realized when I said that we have to be open to, listening and make this affordable. And then I started calling Dylan and other people and asking them, like, how's this going to happen? And so they're like, yeah, we'll hire a decorator that we can grind down on and make sure that like this is going to have an ROI. And they've just been open the whole way. And we realized that we had to hire other people from this industry that understand what the industry needs because they're outside of it. And so that's when I hired like Mike Nelson to do all the brand identity. And then we reached out to Abraham Paskowitz to be on our retail side, and reached out to people like you and everyone else to say, hey, what do we need to do? Like, we're not going to pretend to understand the industry inside and out, but they know that they can execute this show because they've done that for decades and decades. And they've just been, oh, whatever you need, you tell us. We understand that we have to fly buyers in. It has to be an order writing show. And so all along the way, ever since I started talking to them, they're like, whatever you need, we'll make it happen. So that's why we knew we had to go with someone nimble. I mean, otherwise it would have happened by now.
Yeah. I mean, timing seems great, you know?
And I didn't realize how good the timing was.
I don't mean just like the June dates, but just like for a show to come,
Right.
you know, like it's been needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last agenda show?
I don't like.
I think ASR was 2008. And then Agenda was, I mean, it's been a while.
I can't remember.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I stopped going to the biggest one for sure. Like, I don't know.
I think it was just one of these
project
things I
now,
just
right?
started asking people, like, why is there no show on the West Coast? And everyone just feeding me their thoughts and their ideas. I mean, and to go back to your, like, let's not go swinging dicks and try and be, there were certain people that said, that was the first thing they said, don't do ASR again. And, and then some people say, well, it's a grown-up version of ASR. And then some people say, we need youth. We need younger people.
Yeah.
And so it's like, there's a million reasons why this needs to happen, whether it be writing orders or not.
Yeah. You hear the vibe at Expo. Expo is a great show, but they cater to a lot of resort, a lot of the Caribbean, a lot of, kind of destination business.
It's more of a resort show than a...
But, common theme is it's dated, it's old, we need, new energy, we need the youth, so ASR was kind of that, but it was a little out of control. So it's kind of find the happy medium that is young and energetic, and you get new life, and because the whole industry needs it. It's not particular. Like we just need it.
Right. We've all been here for a while, and there's no one new coming in. I think. I'm excited to just get the feedback from everyone. Everyone's just so excited about the show and wanting something.
Yep.
It's just everyone holding hands to get it done. And I think we priced it right at $3,000, under $3,000 for a 10 by 10, because most shows are $55 a square foot. Not the regionals. Yeah. But like say a Magic or a national show. Yeah. That's kind of where that sits. And our intention is that it 100% is a national show.
Well, you're going to get the big brands, and they're going to be like, hey, we could pull that off budget wise, whatever it may be, even if it's at a national per square foot. Right. But it's the younger brands that you need to get on. You need to make it accessible and feasible and financially, make sense to get those young, up and comer brands. Yep. Because that's where you're going to get the energy and the newness.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, we've reached out to a lot of those brands, and my thought recently was actually looking for sponsorship to try and offset those costs. Yeah. I mean, one of them was just for skate in general, just trying to make that affordable for skate brands to come into the show.
Yeah. ASR did that, but
Project's been doing that for the last...
Yeah, and Agenda did a really good job. I mean, it was like flex fit, like they had their, you come in, and it was... So, it's not the new, but it's... Right. If it's... Yeah, you could partner with the right companies, it good. Makes everybody's costs come down, and...
Yep. And not to be a downer, but our industry, there was that COVID boom, and now there's a COVID bust.
Right.
And there's, just a lot of, we got to get out of our whatever ruts. Yeah. And skateboarding specifically. Yeah. If talking to shops, reps, it's the hardest category right now. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and making the companies bring their athletes and advocates, and making a point, like, hey, cool, we want you to come here and do business, but we need you to bring your athletes. Yeah. Like the cool thing about like Surf Expo is like, dude, the Lopez brothers and Hobgood brothers, and like the
Big Gravies, and
everybody that's local or there, like in San Diego, should be able to pull as a destination stop for, you know, local
Especially here.
specialty.
Yeah, more, yeah.
But to get that kind of, you know, vibe.
Get Tom Cruise to play.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good idea.
But I mean,
Donovan.
we're excited.
Donovan, Rob,
Rob.
Yeah, as the surfers, the band.
Yeah.
Sack Lunch.
Get those sack lunch to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's layering all that stuff in. It's like first foremost, get the order writing, get the right brands there, and then, you know, having a party, having education. I mean, the whole idea was CARV was California Action Retailer and Venture, and like feeding in, you know, wave pools and technology and sustainability and all those things kind of help, and also education for retailers and social media. Like if we can get Instagram or whoever to give knowledge to everybody.
Yeah.
But we don't have enough room for it yet. We just have to be like, we're gonna get an ROI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's key.
Gotta build.
And so from the get-go, Redline's like, we have a budget, we're gonna fly buyers in, like let's just make sure we make good on our promise, and that's it. That's like the first thing we're doing is just calling every retailer.
So if brands listen to this, shops, buyers listen to this, where do they go to find out more info?
CARVexpo.com. It's CARV no E Expo. So it's California Action Retailer and Venture. And there's all the information's on there. We have not gone live with the floor plan for exhibitors, only because we've been, like I've said this before, running with our foot on the brake because we want to make sure we curate this floor plan. So once we open it up, then we've got a lot of brands.
It's like a seating chart for a wedding. Everything's mobile until the day out.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you can't put those two brands together. Oh, they gotta be at separate tables. Oh, you gotta...
Been a lot of that.
No,
for sure.
but yeah, you gotta have.
But also, we don't want, like, there's certain brands I even have clients, mine from Flatworks, that are like, hey, we want to be at the show. I'm like, it's just not for you.
Yeah.
We have to curate it before, for the first show and going forward, really.
First impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some spots up front that we're just like waiting on. This, a couple brands you probably know. You could probably hand select, like, who would you want up front? Like, who would be, like, just so it's not what's that vibe when you walk
I
in
work
the
for a
door.
brand. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Late night Choggy.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. There's a yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have late night with Chalky there, bro.
Yeah. You're coming for sure.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of,
It's a crazy position to be in at the front door.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna be somebody's best friend and somebody's worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
I think location, but depending on who you are and what you
Right.
bring to the table,
Yep.
it doesn't matter where.
It's a small enough show. I mean, it's big. 150 brands is good, but it doesn't matter where you're going to be. We do want to designate, and we are holding a skate area because we know that it needs to have its own vibe.
Yeah.
And then an outdoor area. You've got accessories in there, but accessories would be dispersed throughout.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of make it feel like you're discovering.
Yeah.
Which I think it's just going to play out that way. First come, first serve in that aspect, because some people have been trying to help, like, hey, hold that spot for us. I can't hold it forever. And so we have given away some spots, but the front two, I'll send you the new floor plan, but we've got some really great brands that have come on board, and we've been slowly leaking it, but now we're moving quicker on letting everyone know, like, what retailers are coming. We can't share the buyer list. So we get a lot of questions like who's coming, but we've got a lot from Texas and the East Coast and Hawaii. Definitely doing our job on getting.
Well, it's the brand's responsibility too. Like, as much as it is yours to get them, coming, it's like, hey, make sure that, reach out to your best, accounts in your territory.
And we've said that to everyone. Said, if you've got a top 10, let me know who it is, and we'll call them and we'll offer them whatever it is.
I can't believe it's in 4 months.
It's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll have to have you back on after post, show.
Absolutely.
So we could,
recap.
Do a recap.
Or at.
Or at. But, just because, we're in this industry and we're here to promote, and that's what our show's here to help support. And I think it'd be good to get a recap, and, it's going to be a learning curve, and there's going to be things woulda, coulda, shoulda, but then, hey, we killed it at this, and this, and kind of have that as talking points would be killer, just to kind of go back and you guys, whatever brand decided not to jump on, kind of blew it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Missed
where
the
you
boat.
want to be at on the
Yeah.
post show. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, we were oversold, and you know, we had a laundry list, and that means bigger and better next time. You know.
Yeah, and we're and pretty soon we're going to be able to secure our next space, and we're hoping, you know, once we sell out, that we'll be able to get an additional hall, like a ballroom, where we can actually have more kind of breakouts or new product showcase, or what we want to call like a Shaper's Alley, where we can have like brands like Bing and Album and Christensen be able to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're working really hard to try and make sure that surfboards are there and skateboards are there, and hoping we'll be able to solve that soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the pockets like the big, you know, like clothing. You know,
Yeah.
they're running on a different.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
the real important question is, what are you riding now?
I went back. I bought a dumpster diver. That was my favorite
Sick.
board of all time. Ordered exactly the way it was when it first came out, and I put in, what are they called? I just got those Vector Alphas. You seen those fins?
Yeah.
The Futures.
Futures, yeah.
They're trippy. They've got like the spoil, and they feel spring loaded. It's amazing. Absolutely love those
Sparky.
fins. So I mean, they just spring. It's crazy. CIs have been my board for a long time. I've always went from dumpster diver to neck beer 2, and then I'm back to dumpster diver. But Dylan would be pissed if I didn't say I do have a bunch of firewires. I have a mashup, which I loved at Waco and at the wave pool, with a little more volume, but it
Palm
felt
Springs
great
one,
with
or-
the quad. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I think that mashup's probably my favorite with the firewires. But I'm like only shortboards, and everyone gives me slack, and I need something for bigger days. So I'm looking to try and level up and get some volume.
Some proper little step ups.
Yeah.
Speaking of Channel Islands, they have a new model, right? Happy ending or happy?
There's so many models.
I don't know. I can't keep track. Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
Somebody was just saying how the new model is pretty ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah, it's there's a happy, and then there's an update to that.
Right.
So yeah,
Happy.
sounds interesting. But
I've been sticking to that 27, 28 liters, and it works, but I probably should go up and bulk.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm on 165.
okay.
So, but I don't know. What do you
Lennon
think?
wishes that.
I just weighed myself today.
Oh really?
165.
Oh my gosh.
So
You
When you're
can ride my
5'2",
board.
when you're
Yeah.
5'2", though, that's so low.
Bro, 5'4.5". Dick.
It's all right. I'm heavy.
And have you surfed Kelly's pool?
I have not. No. I had the offer a few weeks ago from a friend who there's a spot open. You need to be up there tomorrow. It's $1,500 and you get 3 waves. I was like,
No,
I can't make that trip for that. I just
3
can't
waves.
do it.
it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone I've talked to is like so stressful
So stressful.
getting that wave and just thinking like $500, or don't fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Even watching
amazing.
the contest, like I thought that was going to be slower and more makeable. It just, I don't know.
They were all having troubles.
Yeah.
A lot of missed opportunities. I mean, they were going big for the most part. You know,
Yeah.
What's
but
I've seen
the wind and
The wind was weird. It was clamping on that.
Yeah. And somebody told me that California Lemoore is better than that one.
Oh, really?
And then somebody else said it was pretty good, but not as good as Lemoore. And then I've watched. There's a video of Taj Burrows surfing it. Have you seen that one? At Dubai. And bro, it looked fucking insane.
I think the wind is what just screwed it up.
Yeah. But it was a sheet glass day, and it was frickin'. But he was.
How's Boa Vista look? That wave looks good.
Is
The
that
one
the
in
Brazil?
Brazil, yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
That one I'd love to. I loved Waco. I had
Yeah,
so
I love
much
Waco
fun
too.
there.
I've only been there once, but
Yeah, me
it's
too.
definitely like super fun.
Waco was so fun.
A runner. It's just tight, little. Yeah, I loved it.
Punchy enough, but yeah, I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
Because you can't fit in 3 quick turns or 2 really good. But the pool setup and the camaraderie and the heckling and how many waves you catch. You could go big and don't worry, I'm going to be on a wave in 3 minutes or 2 minutes or, you know, and
I miss so many freaking waves too.
Yeah.
Like paddling in.
Yeah.
It's like,
It doesn't matter.
no.
And
But
they're
you're
like,
still like,
it's like
wanna
10,
kick
10 bucks
yourself.
away every time.
yeah.
But I went out with my buddy Jason Baldessari, who runs push parks, and he's doing a lot of the pump tracks and push parks for the wave pool.
Dude, I want to do that.
Yeah. So he brought me out, and we met another Mike Schwab who runs Waco, and we had it to ourselves for an hour, and we just ran rides, and I killed myself because I had 6 hours total out there, and there was no one there. So you get a wave, and then you paddle and you run it along the wall, and then you're back in it. And I took like a month for me to recover. Like I blew out everything.
That's funny.
But that wave's amazing. I don't know. Have you been to Revel? Anyone
I
talked
haven't.
about that? I've seen a lot of footage of the standing wave, but I haven't seen that much of the wave itself.
no.
Seen a couple clips, but yeah, it looks a little difficult.
It's close. I just
Yeah.
want to go check it out.
Well, shit, you guys are gonna have one in Oceanside
Yeah.
someday, and then
So
we're gonna have one in Newport in the next couple of years.
And that for sure, they're like,
Yep.
yep,
so crazy.
it is
So-
crazy.
Yeah.
My kids are psyched.
Yeah,
I mean,
my 10-year-old, his birthday wish was to go to the Palm Springs, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, wants to go and catch some waves. I'm like, it's gonna be gnarly, like, you know.
It's steep.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's steep on the drop, and then it's mellow.
Yeah.
So it's challenging to like pull that thing together. But
Yeah.
But I want to bring my daughter out. I mean, if she got pushed in, she'd probably be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to make sure.
Year 2, CARV at Palm Springs.
That was that was on the possibility when we were looking at dates. Cause we're like, we wanted to hit that June date, and we
Yeah.
weren't sure we could find it. And we even looked at San Diego, like Del Mar racetrack, you know, where the boardroom is.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to go back to the convention center. You know,
No,
it
that's
just
cool.
felt right.
Yeah.
And there's there's Padre game going on both nights. So if anyone wants to see a Padre game, that'll be going on.
Nice.
But we'll definitely have a party in the back. So stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
Dude.
that was awesome.
Thank you for
Yeah.
letting me talk about everything we talked about.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on everything you've
Yeah.
done, and I mean you've done a lot of
Yeah.
interesting stuff, and some have come full circle, and
Yeah.
the stuff that you've picked up
Learned.
along the way and learned.
Learned outside of the industry, and then
I'm excited about CARV and just everything about just
Yeah.
bringing everyone together. It's just so funny how many people I get to talk to that I haven't talked to in a while. I hadn't talked to Nate in 4 or 5 years.
Well,
And so now we talk like all the time.
that's cool.
well, outside of the wave pool conversations, the other two most common topics is wave pools and magazines and trade shows. Like
Yeah.
as far as what has been part of our lives forever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool, wave pools it's a huge topic because they're popping up everywhere. All magazines, how we grew up on magazines, and we really miss those because they were just part of like surf culture. And then the trade shows was another.
Yeah, my
one.
closet door was plastered with tearing out magazines and putting them all over my wall.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Jake Howard on Tuesday or tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I mean, it's funny. I'm talking to all these people, and I talked to Fleurs last week, and I'm looking at your list of everyone you've talked to. And
Yeah.
it's a small world.
It's such a small world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Well, congrats. We'll see you at the show come
Absolutely.
June 20.
20th to the 22nd.
And if people want to get
CARV Expo, CARV EXPO, and then same with our Instagram.
and flat,
Flatworks
Works?
displays, yeah, plural, FLATWRKS.
check them out.
Yeah.
Before you leave, though,
Yeah.
we want to thank our sponsors,
That's it.
EarthPack. They make your
yeah.
packaging needs.
All your branded bags.
Dave's coming to the show.
Nice.
Loose towels. That's your eco-friendly
Love it.
microfiber towel. All quick dry.
Thank you.
Thanks to FUAX,
Yep. Murph electric bikes.
Murph Electric Bike,
Shoots.
Shoots, Bonsai Bowls.
Bonsai bowl.
Have you been to Shoots yet?
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Carlsbad,
Scotia
Love it.
Industries.
Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Yeah.
We're giving you guys this party from Scotia Industry. This is a charger that magnetizes to the back of your phone, so it's sleek, easy,
I need that. Walking
can take-
trade shows, they
Yeah.
get drained quick.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on Wi-Fi the whole time in there, and it just sucks that
Yeah,
battery.
this is awesome.
Yep. So those are epic.
Clearweather brand
Clearweather.
footwear.
Yep.
What else?
Finless skateboards.
Finless skateboards.
Yeah. I don't know. We're all kinds of stuff.
You need the list right up here.
Yeah. Northside Cafe.
Actually, the whole
Northside Cafe, and then
Caballero Pools and Spas.
Caballero Pools and Spas. What else do we got?
I don't know. See, we're just.
We may have to talk CARV soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And we'll do a recap, sometime down the line.
Yep.
Have fun in Mammoth.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Rifkin.
you.